My heart nearly stopped. Standing in the doorway was Evelyn. Only, she didn't look like the cheerful activities director anymore. The warm smile she always wore was gone. Her face was cold. Her eyes looked almost black in the candlelight. The hood of her dark cloak rested over her silver hair. Behind her stood the 5 staff members I had seen moments earlier. No one spoke. No one moved. For several long seconds, the only sound was the weak breathing of the old man strapped to the table. Evelyn smiled. It wasn't the friendly smile I had come to know. It was slow, patient, almost amused. "I suppose," she said softly. "Everyone becomes curious eventually." I backed away. "What is this? No one is supposed to see this room." "Answer me." She stepped closer. "This is how Rose Haven survives." I shook my head. "What have you done to him?" "The same thing we have done for many years." The old man tried to lift his head. "They're lying." One of the hooded figures struck him across the face. The room fell silent again. My stomach turned. "You're killing people." Evelyn sighed. "Such an ugly word. What else would you call it?" She looked around the room. "We prefer renewal." I stared at her. She slowly lowered her hood. For the first time, I noticed something impossible. Earlier that day, she had looked like a woman in her late 60s. Now, the wrinkles around her eyes seemed to disappear. Her skin looked smoother, her posture straighter. It was happening right in front of me, almost as if she were becoming younger. She noticed me staring. "You see it now?" "No, that's impossible." "Is it?" She smiled. "This home has existed for over 100 years. I felt my knees weaken. Every month, one resident is chosen. Their remaining years." She gently touched her own chest, are shared. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. "This is insanity." "No, it is tradition." The old man suddenly shouted with surprising strength, "Don't listen to her." One of the hooded figures shoved a cloth into his mouth. Evelyn frowned. "He's becoming difficult." Then she looked back at me. "You were never supposed to see this." I took another step backward. "I'm leaving." She smiled again. "I'm afraid you won't." The hooded staff slowly spread out, blocking every exit. I looked toward the hallway. There was no escape. Then, a loud crash echoed somewhere outside the room. Everyone turned, for just a second. That single second saved my life. The lights suddenly went out. Darkness swallowed everything. Someone screamed. Another person shouted, "Find her!" I didn't wait. I ran. I burst into the hallway as fast as my old legs could carry me. Behind me came pounding footsteps, heavy, fast, far faster than anyone their age should have been able to run. I reached an intersection and looked both ways. Nothing. Then I heard a whisper. "Mrs. Williams." I turned. The young nurse who had smiled at me during my first week stood beside an open supply closet. "Quick!" I rushed inside. She slammed the door shut. We stood there, breathing hard. "They know," I whispered. "I know." She looked terrified. "My name is Claire. I've wanted to leave for years." "What are they?" She shook her head. "I don't know. I only know what they told us. They call themselves the Keepers. They believe every human has a fixed number of years. And they believe those years can be stolen." I stared at her. "You've seen this before?" She nodded. "My first week working here." "Why didn't you tell anyone?" "I tried. They made everyone think I was unstable." She rolled up her sleeve. Burn scars circled her wrist. "They mark anyone who knows." Tears filled her eyes. "If you try to leave, they find you." Another crash echoed outside. Voices. "They're searching every room." Claire grabbed my hand. "Come on." She led me through narrow service hallways hidden behind the walls. The passages were old, much older than the building above them. The bricks were damp. The air smelled like earth, as though we were walking beneath the retirement home. "What is this place?" "The original building. It was built before Rose Haven." "For what?" She looked away. "I don't know." After several minutes, we reached a rusty metal door. Claire unlocked it with a small brass key. Cold night air rushed inside. We're almost out. Hope flooded through me. Then, the door slammed shut by itself. Claire gasped, standing outside, blocking the exit. Was Evelyn? She wasn't alone. At least 20 hooded figures stood silently behind her. They hadn't followed us. They'd been waiting. Evelyn smiled. You've always been clever, Claire. Claire stepped in front of me. Let her go. I'm afraid I can't. Claire swallowed hard. Take me instead. My eyes widened. No. Claire never looked back. I've lived with this guilt for 4 years. I can't anymore. Evelyn studied her quietly. Then she nodded. So be it. 2 hooded figures grabbed Claire. She didn't fight. She only looked at me. Run. Before anyone could stop me, she shoved me through the doorway with all her strength. I stumbled outside onto wet grass. The door slammed shut behind me. Claire's scream echoed once, only once. Then, silence. I wanted to go back. I wanted to save her. But I knew I couldn't. I ran. Branches slapped against my face as I stumbled through the woods behind Rosehaven. I didn't stop. Not once. After what felt like hours, I reached a lonely highway. A passing truck driver saw me waving frantically. He stopped. I climbed inside. Please. They're coming. He looked behind me. There was no one there. He drove me straight to the police station. The police searched Rosehaven the next morning. Every inch of it. The ritual room was gone. The underground passages had been sealed with solid concrete. There were no candles, no symbols, no restraints, nothing. The officers politely apologized. They believed I had become confused. Claire was gone. The staff claimed she had resigned the previous evening. No forwarding address, no family, no records beyond her employment file. It was as if she had never existed. Daniel came to take me home. He hugged me tightly. I'm sorry, Mom. I should have listened. Melissa apologized too. She cried the whole drive home. For months, I tried to forget. Eventually, life became quiet again. Rosehaven remained open. Its waiting list grew longer. Television stations featured it as one of the finest retirement communities in the country. Awards covered its lobby walls. Families praised its kindness. Every smiling photograph made me sick. Nearly a year passed. Then one rainy afternoon, I opened my mailbox. Inside was a plain white envelope. No return address, only my name. My hands shook as I opened it. Inside was a single photograph. It showed the dining hall at Rosehaven. Residents were eating lunch. Staff members smiled as they served food. At first, nothing seemed unusual. Then I noticed one face, standing in the background, wearing a spotless white nurse's uniform. Was Claire. She was smiling at the camera. But something about her eyes was terribly wrong. They were empty, not tired, not sad. Empty in the way a room looks after everyone has left and the lights are still on. As if the woman who had saved my life was no longer inside her own body. Written across the back of the photograph, in neat handwriting, were 7 words. We're saving a place for you, Sadie. I burned the photograph that same night. I never told Daniel about the letter. I never told Melissa. I never told anyone. But the calls started after that. Exactly once a month. Exactly at midnight. My telephone rings. When I answer, no one speaks at first. All I hear is the faint sound of someone crying. Soft, close, as if they are standing just beyond the receiver, trying not to be heard. And just before the line goes dead, a familiar voice whispers through the static. Help me. I know that voice. It belongs to Claire, or to whatever Rosehaven left of her. And every month since then, when the phone rings in the dark, I answer before I can stop myself, because I know the truth now. Claire is still inside Rosehaven, and Rosehaven is still calling for me.